If your Dubsado is sitting there half set up and every new inquiry still feels, well, chaotic, this video is for you. Today I'm going to build a full inquiry workflow in Dubsado from scratch, step by step, and you can follow along with me. No watch now, build it later. We're actually going to do it together. It's the exact workflow I use so that inquiries don't get missed. I can keep track of my leads, replies go out automatically, and I'm not scrambling around trying to remember who I sent what to. If you've ever thought, I have Dubsado, but I'm definitely not using it properly, you're in the right place. I'll be talking through why I set things up the way I do as we go, so even if your services are slightly different, you'll understand how to adapt this for your own business. And a quick heads up, I've got a free inquiry flow template you can download, which includes the email templates and workflow structure I'm using in this video. So if you want to copy this rather than starting from a blank screen, I'll tell you exactly where to grab that in a bit. Right, let's jump into Dubsado and start building. The first thing you need to do before even creating your flow is make sure all your assets are within Dubsado that you need to create this workflow. You will need to add in the emails needed for the workflow, the forms needed, and any schedulers that you are having within the workflow, any statuses and any tags. The form you're going to need for this workflow is we're going to need a lead capture form. So make sure your lead capture form is within Dubsado. I have some one-click templates that you can click the link and then add them into your account. I'll link them in the description below. So you'll need your lead capture. This is what will trigger our workflow as the lead will fill in this form, and then this will add them as a project within our Dubsado, and then the workflow will essentially do the rest. There are some settings that we will need to add to this lead capture, which I will show you after we have created our workflow. Secondly, we will need to add in all our project statuses so that when the leads go through our Dubsado, we can track where they are and see at a glance where they are within our funnel. Thirdly, we need to make sure all our email templates that we need are in Dubsado, so we can just add them into our workflow. If you want these email templates, they are within my Dubsado inquiry flow template, which you can download by clicking the link in the description below. That has all the flow and all the steps that you need to do as a checklist, so you can go through step by step and not be guessing what you need to do, as well as all these email templates, which you can then just plug and play into your Dubsado. Once you have added in your lead capture form, your project statuses, and your email templates, then you'll be ready to start building your workflow. We need to make sure that our discovery call scheduler is there ready to be sent out to clients, and make sure that you have attached your reminder emails and your invitation and your confirmation emails. Just make sure everything is added to your scheduler. Again, this is all in the checklist within my free template. Now we are ready to build our workflow. So we will go into flows and we will create a new template by clicking this plus icon at the top here. Then we will click edit by clicking a little pencil, and then we have this blank screen. The first action that we want our flow to do is we want it to update the project status to new inquiry. So we'll go down here, click update project status and select new inquiry. And we will set this to after workflow starts. Click create. So there we are, there is our first step. The second step we want to do is we want, as soon as the lead has filled in the lead capture, we want an email to go out saying, basically, thank you for inquiring and you will hear from me within 24 hours or whatever it is. Just give you a little bit of time to review the form and send the scheduler out. And even if you want to customize the scheduler email before it goes out, that type of thing. But you want your lead to know this, that you're going to take a little bit of time to reply, and so you've got a time frame, as well as a little bit of information. So the next step is to send an email. So click send email. Then we go down and click this little plus icon here, and this will give us all our email templates. So we want it to be this new inquiry, thank you. As I said before, it literally just explains what's coming next. gives them, I've also added a link to my service guide, which is in Canva, and I use the Canva view link so that if I ever change any prices or anything, I don't need to go in and re-add it to Dubsado. It'll just be automatically updated by updating it in Canva. I just think this is a good way of qualifying leads, make sure they do know your services you offer as well as what price, and also it just gives them a little something to read whilst you're reviewing their form and sending everything over. We want this to be immediately after all actions are complete, and we don't want it to be approved. We want it to go out automatically straight away so they know that we've received their lead capture. So once we've done this, we are going to create a to-do. Just to make sure we know to review their form as well as to send out to the scheduler. So you can add in here whatever you want to add in for the to-do, but I like to have it there just as when I go into Dubsado and I got my to-dos, I can see what I need to do. You're welcome to skip this step because the scheduler is sent out to approve, but I just like to have it there so I can see what I need to do. So after our to-do, we're going to have the scheduler send out. So we're going to click send scheduler, select our discovery call scheduler. We wanted to send email and apply to portal. The email we want to go out is our discovery call invite. Make sure your scheduler smart field is in here. And then we want this to be set to approve. So make sure we have this set to approve. So again, 0 days after all previous action complete. So this will all just trigger and be created as soon as a lead fills in their form. So lead will fill in the form and then all this will happen automatically, and the discovery call scheduler then won't go out until you approve it. After our discovery call scheduler is sent, we want Dubsado to update the status to discovery call scheduler sent. So we can see at a glance that that is where the lead is within our funnel. So we need to update project status and we need to select it to discovery call scheduler sent. And again, this will be 0 days after all actions complete because it'll just be after that discovery call scheduler is sent. Now, I don't have in my inquiry workflow, I don't have a follow-up sequence automatically in my inquiry workflow. I will attach it after a couple of days. I will go in and I will attach it if the person hasn't responded, hasn't booked their call. 9 times out of 10, they will book it straight away. So I will go in and I will add that follow-up workflow manually myself, and then that will then automatically run. The reason I don't have it within my inquiry workflow is because there is no conditional logic yet. If like a call's not booked, it can get a little messy because you have to use workarounds. So I like this to be clean because, as I said, 8-9 times out of 10 people will book their call straight away. So I prefer to have my workflow concentrate on if the call's booked. The next step within our workflow is update project status. I have then discovery call booked, and we will have this to 0 days after appointment is booked and the scheduler to watch his discovery call. So we just have that and just create, and then that will just move them again along our funnel, along our statuses, so we can see where they are within our funnel. So then what I have is another update project status to proposal needed, and this will trigger after the appointment has ended. And so after the appointment is ended, it will automatically move them into proposal needed, so I can find them easily to send them the proposal. I also then have a to-do. Again, if you don't want to add the to-do, that is completely fine. But I then like to have a to-do created to send proposal to send the proposal to the client, just so I can tick it off. Sometimes after discovery call, depending on the service, if it's a straightforward one of my services that I have a proposal for, like a full Dubsado setup, I can just send it out, or if it's retainer clients, it's easy, I can just send it out. It doesn't need much personalization. If it's something like a VIP day, which needs a little bit more tweaking or a little bit more work, I sometimes send out an email after the call just to like sum up what we've spoken about in the call, just because I know it's going to take me a little bit longer to get that proposal together. So I have this set to approve because for some clients, if I know I'm going to have the proposal sent out within 10 minutes, I will just send the proposal out. But if I know it's going to take me a little bit longer, I like them to have like the next steps and to know to look out for this proposal. Even though we have spoken about it on the call, I just think it's nice to summarize the call, talk about what work I'm going to do, and just summarize everything. I'll then have an email that goes out. As I said, this post-call email. So I have this post-call email that goes out. As I said, it's just in here. I can go in, I can personalize it, add in a few bits and bobs, tell them to look out for the proposal, and I will send this out about 10 minutes after the call. I have it set as so 0.2 hours after appointment ends. Set your discovery call scheduler, and I will put this as approve for if I want to send it out or not. So I'll go in and I will I'll personalize it and send it out if I want to. This is a step that you can add or not. So I'll just recap over our flow because that is it. It is built. So we have update project status to new inquiry after the lead is filled in the lead capture. Email goes out automatically. Thank you for reaching out, and a link to my service guide. You could link your website or some blogs if you wanted. Then it creates a task, review the lead capture form for client, discovery call, scheduler sent. This is set for approve. And then after the discovery call scheduler is sent, it will automatically update the status to discovery call scheduler sent, and then after they book the call, discovery call booked, and then proposal needed after the appointment has ended. A to-do is created after send a proposal, and then an email after the call set to approve saying thank you for your time today and summarizing the call. As I said, I pick and choose when I send this email. Once we've built our flow, we need to go back to the forms. We need to go onto our lead capture form, go on to the settings, and we need to select default flow and select the inquiry flow. So what will happen, they will fill in this form and then it will trigger this flow we have created. Select project status and then our project title. So this will be what the project will be called within Dubsado. You could do first name and last name. And you could put in here what service it is, if this form is just for one service, or you could put their business name. That's what I like to do. I wouldn't put something like new lead, because when they're not a new lead, it will still say new lead and you'll have to manually go in and change it, and that just adds more work for you. So once you've done this, click save and close, and you are all done. Your inquiry workflow is built. I just wanted to show you quickly how you would edit the email that's attached to the scheduler when you send it out in your inquiry process. You go onto the leads project, you click on the flows tab here, then you will click edit up here. Then you'll go down and you'll click on this step here, the sound scheduler. Go in, you'll edit the email, click save, and then go back and then click approve. That will only personalize the email that is on that workflow in that project. It won't edit the email in your inquiry flow template. And that's it. You've just built an inquiry flow within Dubsado. If you followed along, you should now have automated inquiry replies going out, clear next steps for your leads, and way less mental overload around, have I replied to that? If you want to skip the second guessing, or you'd rather start with something already tested and ready to go, I've put together a free Dubsado inquiry flow template just for you. It includes the email templates you saw me use today, a plug and play workflow structure, and a really simple setup you can tweak for your own services. You can download it using the link below this video. And as you were watching this, you thought, okay, I get it now, but I still don't want to be the one setting this up. That's exactly what I help with. I offer done-for-you Dubsado setups where I build everything around your business, your services and your client journey. So Dubsado actually works like a system and not just a place you store the contracts. All the details are linked below as well. If this video helped, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more Dubsado tutorials like this and I'll see you in the next one.